the whole stream, it's not gonna be good. But if you do it maybe perfectly timed, comedically, comedic,
learn how to
Comically.
comically, yeah, it could be very good if you do it.
All right, T-minus like 45 seconds, guys. We got a good show ahead of us. Thank you for showing up,
right.
PA. I really appreciate it. I wish you were there
You're
last
welcome.
week. We had our best podcast ever. If you were there, it would have been like award-worthy.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with work.
I understand
now
life happens. It was
I
a
have
good show.
damn late dinners. Figure out something different for Mondays, I think. Because Mondays, a lot of times, my kid and I would just order in, just, this reason.
Sure.
Oh, we're live?
Okay, we are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Alrighty then, guess who is back? Hello and welcome to a Destiny Community Podcast, 4 Guardians and a Guest, episode 17. I am your host, Shady Vale, but I could not and would not do it by myself, so I brought some help. I have VA.
Yes, I do know how to drive a stick.
I got BC.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I got Dimdread.
What up?
And our guest this week, this is a record, guys. 3rd time as a guest and 1-time guest host. He is part of the family, all-around good guy. Boom! How you doing?
This isn't where I park my car.
Boom.
Dude, where's your car?
All right, coming up, we have some good segments ahead. I mean, we got some shady questions, and they're extra shady this week. We got some top 3. We got some lore coming up, and we got a guest interview. But first, I gotta tell you, we are sponsored by Anchor. Anchor is a free app for you to download to your desktop and/or phone, and then you get some friends together like this, do a podcast like this, then you upload it to Anchor, and they put it all over the internet. We are on Spotify, we are on Google Podcasts, we're on Apple Podcasts, and much more. They do all the work, and it's free. So check out Anchor.fm. If you were listening to last week's show, you know we're doing a little thing for St. Jude's Hospital. I'm calling it Project Little Light. Little Light is a nickname that the Destiny community has given to all the kids with cancer that are being taken care of by St. Jude. I asked everyone who's listening, who's a guest, who is a host, to donate 1 second of time to St. Jude's for their operation cost. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it costs $1,920 a minute. It costs over $2.7 million a day to run their organization. I want this podcast, 4 Guardians and a Guest, to do 1 minute at a time to contribute. I believe with the math I did, I think we're at 9 seconds right now, which is not too bad for the first week. So keep up the good work, guys, please. If you do end up donating a second, let me know in chat, let me know in comments, tell me in person if I know you, please. Let's get this going, and hopefully we can get a minute within a month or 2. That would be great. Okay, first segment, liven things up. First segment, we got Boom back, and he's one of our favorite guests. So, BC, you guys got the stage. Go for it.
Boom, boom, bap. Boom, boom, bap. Boom, boom, bap. Boom, boom, bap. Yeah. So, Boom and I just a second ago decided that we were going to upset the person who decides to do all of the editing by making lots of noise for him to edit out, and it was really, really fun.
That's not fair. It takes me a long time just to do one. It takes more than an hour to edit one podcast. Especially when you leave seconds of time in between saying something.
You mean...
Yeah.
Just like that, yes.
Like... This... Okay, sorry. All right, enough poking fun at him. Sorry, it's Boom's been a guest multiple times, so we can troll people. It's fun. It's all good. All right, so my segment, questions. We're going to start out with really simple. What is your opinion on Season of the Splicer, Boom?
Season of the Hunter finally came. I am happy about it. Finally getting the love we deserve from the devs after, 4 years now? So I'm thrilled.
we're not going to talk about hunters and all the love they get all the time.
Yeah,
I said season of the
all
Splicer,
all one season that we got.
So
This is the first season we haven't been nerfed, so I'm happy.
Okay, so is that the only thing that you like about this season is that you didn't get a
On
specific nerf to yourself?
Honestly, yes.
So you don't
It's
like
the only good
anything
thing that
else
came from this season.
with your Volta Glass emote? You don't like anything else?
I mean, I never did Volta Glass in D1, so it was cool to have something new, but it's too easy.
Ah, well, hearing that coming from somebody that didn't do it in D1, that's quite interesting that you think it's too easy. Do you feel like it's just cheese or power or weapons?
No, we don't cheese at all. We do every encounter legit. It's just, I don't know. Atheon is kind of a joke. He's, compared to all the raid bosses I've ever done, he's one of the easiest, to be honest.
Interesting, interesting. Well, interestingly enough, myself, I haven't done Vault of Glass in D2. I remember it in D1. I actually thought Atheon was fun in D1, but we weren't as strong. We didn't have as many abilities in D1 as we do in D2. I wonder, personally, if I would think that some of the abilities that we have now make it a little bit easier. I'll have to give it a shot. Next question. Since Volta Glass is something that you've run, and you're popular for running people through raids, I'm assuming you've done this one quite a few hundred times.
I actually quit playing a little bit, unfortunately. But I think I did. Gosh, I don't know how many clears. I mean, I know I'm in the double digits at least.
Okay.
I believe.
What is your?
Already, that's impressive.
Right. So and that's with him calming down, right? Like he's in
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played maybe 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
And just ran Volta Glass over and over again.
Yeah, all we did was the raid, and then I logged on, we did the raid a couple times, and I logged off. That's it.
Okay. What is your kind of standard loadout for Volta Glass and then any other activity?
Standard loadout for me, especially being a hunter, would be mostly Shards Galanor, a shotgun, Anarchy, and either my Fatebringer or my Hung Jury. Something with range, but also power.
That sounds like a loadout that you can pretty much take into any event that we have right now. It doesn't seem really geared towards PvP or PvE, so that actually sounds like a nice little loadout there.
Helps when you get a semi-god roll Fatebringer.
Okay. Now,
I will say the Volta Glass weapons are definitely the difference maker in most activities nowadays.
Oh, seeming like the weapons from Vault of Glass actually come in.
They are completely overpowered this season.
Okay.
But they're worth grinding for.
Okay. So you got your Vex and everything?
I got my Vex my second run. I got the Godroll Fatebringer, I think my third.
RNG loves you.
Well, I mean, it took me like 70 runs to get eyes, so I would say it's balancing out finally.
Well, at least it didn't take you 92.
True, that is true. I did lose $100 on that.
How'd you lose $100 on that? Hold on, wait. What happened? What did I miss?
we took a bet over under on which clear he would get his eyes, and it just turns out one of our fellow clan members guessed the right number, and he won a $100 PSN card.
Nice.
Sweet.
So
Gotta like that.
Well, speaking of in-clan competitions, I hear you're starting to move up in the clan with getting some status and being the person that people want to knock out. What's this? I hear you got first place in the clanmate points and second in the Saucy Games clan events. What's that like for you?
The clanmate points was, at first it started as a joke between another clanmate. When I first joined the clan, we were having a competition to see who could help more people through raids and nightfalls and such, and it kind of carried over to the following season, and I just so happened to kind of just destroy him.
Okay.
And the other one is a little different. You had to do all kinds of different activities and gain points and so on. So, first place and second place was between Catbug and myself, and we just kind of helped each other after we got so far ahead. It seemed like everyone else just kind of lost interest. So we were like, you know what, we're going to see how far we can get and just try to take every single gold medal we can. So
how many did you get?
11. I think he got 13.
Nice.
Out of 15 or something like that. I don't remember now.
Well,
I could be way wrong.
Speaking of clan events, Iron Banner is coming again soon. Are you going to throw your hat in and try to challenge for Iron Banner?
I would, but actually am not able to play anything higher than 4v4 on my PlayStation. My network does not allow it. I just get kicked after the first 2 minutes of the match.
I'm sorry.
So it sucks, but I mean, it saves me from having to do Crucible, I guess. So.
Oh, anything. Just not do Crucible.
So you can play Gambit and you can play like Trials or Elimination or something, but other than that, you're out.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, I've been in matches where we're winning and all of a sudden, poof!
Then he's
Boom
gone.
went boom.
Yep.
Boom went boom. That's
Boom went
that's
boom.
cool. Nice tie-in.
Well, last one. Since you stated that you're kind of calming down and you seem to achieve some clan notoriety, what is the future of Destiny for you? What does Destiny hold for you in your near future? Like, are you getting into the lore, the story? You want to keep going, or going to slow down more? What's going on?
I feel like slowing down would probably be best for now, just because the only reason I stopped playing for 3 weeks is because I got so burnt out that, I went and bought 2 other games just to have something different. And, I already, platinum those games, so now I'm back on Destiny, like, what do I do? So I don't want to, just burn through all the content, but at the same time, I'm tired of the same thing over and over. So I'll stick around and help the clanmates, but that's, for now, probably about it. I'm only here for the clan to strengthen everyone else.
Nice. Well, that's the end of my questions. Do you happen to have a question for the rest of us?
What is your ideals of the future of Destiny?
I would like all of D1 to be accessible at some point. Just make it a whole universe. You can go anywhere you want. It's going to cost Bungie $10 billion to come up with the servers, but that's what I want.
Who's next, Witch?
That's realistic.
Dread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see. Oh, man. I'd like to see some of the modes of Crucible come back into something that you can that's more in the rotation a little more often, or in the classic mix. Like there could be a mode specific per week, but then that is one of the several that's in the rotation. It gets kind of old playing Control in the center, and then, oh, by the way, you have Control and Clash as your other rotating options.
Right. I get that. How about you, Dread? Mr.
What would I
Dread?
like to see in Destiny?
Yeah, just in the future of Destiny, like, what do you expect from it? Or hope?
Honestly, this season has. Last season, I was really not into it. This season, I'm back into it. I don't know if it's just like the aesthetics of the season, maybe, and also I'm a little bit more into the lore of this season because it's kind of progressing the main story of the Hive and everything. But more of this season. I mean, I have all the guns I could ever want. So if they put more guns in, awesome. If they're cool, sweet. Give me some more grenade launchers. I love grenade launchers. But it's not guns that's gonna keep me.
There's
It's
not
gonna
enough carrots.
be
There's not enough carrots.
yeah, it's gonna be the story. It's gonna be more of a story for me. That's more of a me thing, but keep
Nope, I
progressing the
understand
story like they're
that.
doing. Keep progressing the story like they're doing right now. So that's me.
And how about you, BC?
What I think's gonna happen,
What you hope to happen?
I I'll admit, I hope, much like them, I hope the story continues to progress the way it does. Even though I haven't played as much, seeing kind of where it's going, I understand they kind of took a big bite, and trying to condense, a really they're trying to condense something that has real life application, make you look at it and everything and look at real life and what's going on. And they're condensing it and making it simple, but at the same time, I feel like the way the story is going with it sometimes it gets a little heavy, sometimes it's light, but it does seem to kind of progress a little bit more now and feel a little bit better since it seems once again like we're getting back into like the main focus. It seems like this started like in D1 and building it up and setting the world and then giving us, a little bit of reason for this, a little bit of reason for that, and then we're moving forward and finally after a couple of seasons that were standalone and didn't seem like it progressed anything to where it didn't even matter whatever happened in the season, it was ignored the next season. It seems like this is starting to become more continuous, which makes it feel a lot more immersive. So when I
Full
do get into
circle.
it, it is, yeah,
Force.
it's good.
I'm sorry. Full circle. You're coming back around, right?
Pretty much. So that's what I'm liking. I hope the story progresses. I'll agree. The loot's not going to do it for me anymore. You get a couple of guns, you like them, and that's about it. There's nothing really too big here or there that makes me want to chase it. So uh, as long as the guns still feel good, I'm fine with the ones that I have. The story is kind of interesting now, though.
Okay, is that the interview, guys?
Yeah. I just want to add one thing to what Witch said. It would be interesting for PvP or even a Gambit-esque type thing if they added a clan versus clan thing.
Like the fire
Like,
teams are made from clan v clan.
And you can
yeah,
rank
you
your
can.
clan.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be interesting. Even though I am not for PvP personally, I still think that would be a pretty neat idea to put a whole new perspective on PvP.
Oh, kind of
It'd be
like a
sweaty as
tweak on
fuck.
what they did uh, a tweak on what they did for Guardian games, where you could go into events and it was all warlocks, or it was all hunters, or it was all titans.
Yeah, but it'd be all clanmates, so we could see who's top dog and all that kind of stuff without padding the numbers.
Okay, that's a good idea. I appreciate it. Just on a side note, chat needs to step up a little bit. You're all being quiet, and I'm even offering to, if you're watching my YouTube channel right now, live feed, I will change the color of the LEDs behind me if you give me a color and a request. I'm willing to do that. That's how interactive I want to be with chat. Help us out. Come on, be talkative. Don't hold back. We got some lore bits with My Name is Dim. Dred, what do you got for us this week?
Well, hello.
Rogue Force Blue kind of wipes me out a
What?
little bit.
But
I love
you
blue.
said you would take the
All right,
suggestion.
well, we'll try it.
Alright.
We'll see how I look. There we
I
go.
like blue.
We're
Blue's my
blue.
favorite color. Everybody's favorite color. But this week, I'm not talking on the Book of Sorrows necessarily. This is something that I was thinking about this week, and maybe I was procrastinating to put my lore bit together, because I do put some time into it. But last minute, I thought about this because I was thinking about it this week, because I was playing with my brother who's recently come back to Destiny, and I wanted to talk about new Guardians and how it worked. Like, new Guardians, they fit so perfectly into the lore, because when you're a new Guardian, you just recently got resurrected and have no recollection of your past life. So, pretty much everybody in this fire team has Sherpa'd somebody through, whether it be a strike, a gambit, a raid, a crucible, we've Sherpa'd everybody through anything, especially if they needed it and asked for it. So, I wanted to talk about how um, it just works. It just works so perfectly, and I also wanted to share this ghost story. It's in the lore. It's from Forsaken. It's a book of ghost stories. There's quite a few of them in there, but this one's called "Don't Call Me Ghost." So this is really going out to all of you new Guardians, because maybe your ghost doesn't want to be called Ghost. Maybe they want a name. But I'm going to go ahead and just read straight from the lore here for a minute, and bear with me, because I'm reading straight from the lore. It's like the Bible of Destiny. So, um, don't call me Ghost. I want a name. Is this because Sagira? She is a terrible influence on you. She has a name. People don't just call her Ghost. It's insulting being called Ghost. I'm not a thing. I'm me. Who are you then? I don't know. I'm me. And you want me to define you. That sounds like you're a thing. You're insufferable. Do you know that? You didn't have to bring me back. You know that's not true. Is it? There you go again. Tyra questioning everything. Treating the entire world like a puzzle that you have recorded and analyzed and put into your files. I can't do anything. If you do not question, do not study, do not learn, I have no purpose. Every mind has its own form. You've been reading philosophy again? Rusetta, Ikora let me a copy. Hmm. Don't pout. Ghost, it's annoying. So, is being called Ghost. Might as well cover me with a sheet. Choose your own name. You don't need me to define you. I will! Well, what's your name, Ghost? Don't call me Ghost. This was an interaction between Tyra, a cryptarch that we all know if you've played Destiny 1, and her ghost. So, don't call your ghost Ghost. Maybe give him a name. It'd be cool. This kind of ties into Boom's question. Maybe we could.
That was
Very
good.
Very good.
Did you guys enjoy that?
Mm-hmm.
I hope
That's
so.
pretty cool.
Little different pace than usual with you.
Yeah, I hope so. And just remember, when there's new Guardians around and they might not know what to do, don't be too judging of them. They don't know.
Blueberries.
Help them. Let's raise up our blueberries and our new Guardians. Maybe they'll become veterans one day.
Wow.
Let's not. As veterans, we don't need to be gatekeeping the game and be like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." Nobody here does that, so.
Lights behind me. I'm trying to satisfy everybody. BC, you said that I was blowing kisses. That is the sign language for thank you.
It looked like, well, I know the sign for thank you, but it looked like you were blowing kisses. I
It's
apologize.
chin forward.
Well, we're good friends now.
No one's noticed or brought it up to me, but every podcast I always sign, my name is Shady, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. No one's ever brought it up. That means no one pays attention to me. They're watching the emotes, which is fine.
Well, I just brought it up, so there.
Awesome.
You can't say no one ever now because I brought it up.
Okay, we have a Randy Prohl in our chat. He wanted some dancing lights, and that's what I gave him. It's kind of annoying to me, but hey, if you want, hey, whatever chat wants, chat gets. So that's cool. Yeah, I've mentored many newbies, and I'm happy to do it. I was a newbie at one point, had no idea what to do. I remember in D1, the first time I didn't even realize you could have a fire team. I was doing a mission on the moon in D1, and all of a sudden 2 other Guardians came up, and wow, this is a lot easier when there's 3 of us. Oh my god, thank you. And then I go, oh, we can join teams? All right, well, yeah, I was new. Okay, VA, what's your top 3 this week? I'm curious. You've had a couple of weeks to think about it. We're not muted again,
My top 3 tonight is... Nope, I remembered. Ha ha. But my top 3 this week is, what are the 3 cars that you would like to have if you could? You don't have to get too specific unless, that's your shtick and, horsepower and all that stuff. And because you're the one pushing me around, Boom, you get to start.
Okay, dokie. I would love a Shelby Cobra with the original paint.
Nice car. The black and gray.
Yep. A 56 Ford Chevy. I used to help my real father build one, way back in the day. And my third car would be the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
What? I almost took a drink and I would have spit it all over my TV. I almost took a drink. Thank God.
Why?
That's awesome.
Why
that
the Oscar Mayer
Why
Wienermobile?
not?
Why exactly? Why not?
It's full of hot dogs, dude.
Exactly. I can go around and just have a hot dog whenever the heck I want.
Wow.
Plus, who wouldn't get a kick out of seeing that on the highway again?
I would.
See? It's like the ice cream man for fat people.
I want it with chili, though.
Hot dog lovers.
Chili dog.
Alright, in chat, we got Rogue
chili.
saying a 69 Dodge
Chili
Challenger, and we got
dog.
Tiffany saying the 89 Olds 442.
How about you, Shady?
Nice.
I'm not a car guy. I can only maybe do one. I'm more of a. I don't really like sports cars. I mean, Porsche are awesome.
Hey,
but
if a minivan's your speed, you can get a decked out minivan. I mean,
I would like a custom paint on it would be awesome, like all Destiny all the way around. But when I was just starting out, I actually ended up with a Ford Mustang, like a '73 Mustang, and it was gorgeous. I named it Vanna, and I drove it into the ground because I was young and stupid.
Wow, Tiffany, I'm loving your cars. A Plymouth
Plymouth.
Cuda and a
Ooh, yeah.
Roadrunner.
Wow. Ooh.
Ooh.
No, Tiffany's a car. Tiffany could take a motor apart and put it back together again. I can barely change my oil at gunpoint. Who's next?
All right. Let's see. How about you, Dim?
I have a couple. So I would definitely take a 1997 uh, Corvette, and also I'm pretty sure they're C4s. And I would also take a 1986 Monte Carlo SS. I know these are pretty humble. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get all multi-million-dollar cars or anything, but for my third car, ooh, I don't really know. Honestly, those are kind of my goals right now. I'm trying to get those, but probably for my third one, if I could, I would get probably a truck, maybe a square body, jack it up, put some big fat tires on it. Maybe even like a what is it? A Tahoe? You know, with the big glass in the back, two-door Tahoe. Jack that bit,
Hmm.
jack
Okay.
that sucker up. Put some big belly tires on it. Yeah, for sure.
All right. BC.
How realistic are we being here?
It's a fantasy
Oh,
question.
we don't. It's a fantasy question. You know, it can be a car, truck, minivan,
I
even
mean,
motorcycle. But I mean, go for it because I'm about to go out there with my choice.
I
She's
want
you're
had
the
time to
lying.
think. She's had time to think.
Well, so here's the thing. That's what I was asking. Like, I want the DeLorean from Back to the Future. The one, well, not the one from Back to the Future. I want the one that flies. So
You want a
that's what.
replica or the real
The, the
thing?
No,
one,
I
the one
want
that
the
actually
working one.
works.
I want one that works. That I asked how real this had to be. I wanted, like, I want that one. Um, I really love classic cars. I wouldn't be able to tell you a classic car that I probably wouldn't want to have. Um, just the old school American muscle classic cars, love them. Um, and then my practical car, I'm gonna say a Tesla. So my fantasy car is the DeLorean. Cars that I just love, old school muscle, and one that's more practical that I'd probably actually drive would be a Tesla. I love sports cars along with the old school muscle, but you can't drive them. So, what's the point of getting a car that's not comfortable until you're at 80 and you can't drive 80 anywhere? Go to the Autobahn. That's about it. You go to the Autobahn,
Yeah,
that's
Or,
about it.
or, or a
Anywhere
race
in the
a
States,
racetrack.
I was gonna say there's tracks around.
Yeah.
that's not driving.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's like the Sunday driving motorcycles. Like, and you have it that expensive. Why to take it out
yeah.
to the weather?
It's that's not driving. Yeah, you can take it to the track, and don't get me wrong, you'll get to use some of the speed, but that's not really driving. I want to. Hmm. So yeah,
And a red
those
light
are
with no
mine.
no cops around. Come on.
So those are mine.
I hate
I,
All right.
Mustangs.
I'm so
Just let
waiting for
everybody know.
VA. I'm waiting
I
for
hate
VA.
Mustangs.
Well, too bad because that would be that's my more practical car is a Mustang.
To each their own, but
Um,
I hate them.
eh, fair.
You can like it.
Um, but Mustang, I would like a Softail Deluxe Harley because I love my two wheels. And my fantasy item actually is the Camaro limited edition um, that was Bumblebee in the Transformers Bayformer
Ooh,
movies.
Oh yeah.
That's about the only good thing that came out of that
Nice.
series is
That
some
car was
beautiful
dead-
vehicles.
dead sexy.
I've seen it.
And the patina?
I've seen it. I've touched it. I've molested the Optimus Prime.
Oh, God.
So yeah.
All right. You guys, just got trumped. Tiffany came back with the Millennium Falcon.
I didn't know that was up for grabs.
I'm not sure that's a vehicle. I'm not quite sure that one's a vehicle.
Hey,
It's a fantasy
if we're
vehicle.
going fantasy,
All right.
that
I guess
qualifies.
Did
so.
the Kessel run in 3.2 parsecs? Shit.
It's not a car, but it is a fantasy vehicle.
Oh wait, we're allowed
Yeah,
to
but
do
see,
fantasy vehicles? I didn't know that.
our fantasy vehicles, actually, physically exist. Even the Oscar Mayer.
I've seen the Millennium Falcon.
That wasn't a fantasy vehicle. I really want that.
I know.
I've seen it in the
I've
Henry
seen
Ford
it.
Museum.
I've actually seen it. I've seen one at a convention. So yeah.
Peep says, come to Texas, 80 miles an hour is normal for us. See, Peeps
That's
is
a little
one.
bit better.
Everybody
Peeps
drives 90.
Peeps was our guest last week, and I had to talk him into it. So not only did he do the show, now he's in chat. That's how much we converted him to our podcast. I'm just telling you, people,
Yay!
if you have any hesitation, don't. This is fun. Okay, is that
That is my
three?
top 3 this week.
Great, top
very
3.
good.
I love it.
Yeah, that was the best. That's probably your best top 3.
That was my
yet.
favorite.
Yeah,
I like cars though, so
I'm not a car
partial.
guy, but I still liked it. It's good conversation.
You want to pull your engine? Come over to my house. I'll help you.
Uh,
We'll drop the trans and
You and
rebuild her.
Tiffany could rehaul everything that I ever driven ever. Now this next question, because I was supposed to have it last week, but Selena couldn't make it, so I got a different one. And then Selena pulled out she got promoted at work, and she's doing management training, which is good for her. But she can't make the podcast; she's mad. But this question was just a pizza question for her. But I didn't have time to find another one. So. And hopefully everyone knows what this means. What state per capita has the most pizzerias? Does everyone know what per capita means? It's the population versus how
Per
many
population?
pizzerias. Yeah. If you have 10 people
I'd
and 10
go for
pizzerias,
Detroit.
Is Detroit a state?
Okay, fine.
a-
Illinois.
That's still not a state.
Illinois is a state.
Wait, that is a
Illinois
state. I'm
most
sorry.
certainly is. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was thinking Chicago because what else is there in Illinois?
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
Ooh,
I
okay.
mean, it's pretty much all Chicago. If you've been there, you know.
Okay, chat, come on, let's go. What's your answers? What state per capita has the most pizzerias? BC, what do you got?
New York.
Boom?
I'm gonna say Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Dredd, you're our pizza expert.
I'm just gonna go hometown Michigan.
Alright. This was a question for Selena for a reason. Where does
Because
Selena
it's
live?
Illinois.
It's
Wait, Iowa.
It's Iowa. It
Should've
is
known.
Iowa?
It's Iowa.
What's number 2?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Iowa?
Selena's a
Seriously?
bully.
Why Iowa?
Okay, we got
that
Tiffany
the
with
only
Illinois.
restaurants?
We got Rogue Force in Texas. Peeps is going with Texas. Why Texas? There's a lot of people in Texas.
Because it's big. Every Texas
Dallas and
invests in
Austin have
everything.
millions of people. I mean, they have probably a lot of pizzerias, but per capita, I mean, Iowa does not have a lot of people there, but they have a lot of pizzerias.
Oh, I
You
should
got-
have said.
You got to.
Something like
I would have said like North Dakota, because there's like 100,000 people, and if they had like 4 pizzerias, they might win.
It was the per capita part.
Yeah, it was a per capita. That was the trick. That was the curveball.
That was
All right,
that
what's
was shady,
total?
sir. That was shady.
Yep.
What's
that,
total
I told
pizzerias?
you. I told you the questions were extra shady this week. You have to keep that into effect.
What state has the biggest lakes? Michigan.
Dave, is Lake Superior in there?
Yes, all of
I-
the Great Lakes are in Michigan, except for part of Erie. But Ohio's got that on lease, so they better take care of it.
I thought Minnesota was like the land of 1,000 lakes.
They have a lot of little lakes. They don't have any big lakes like Michigan does.
Okay. All right,
They
moving
have
on.
lakes. They don't have Great Lakes. Not good lakes.
Oh,
They might have good
geez.
lakes, but we have Great Lakes in Michigan.
much.
But
He's
Dredd,
not proud of his home state at all.
You currently live in Tennessee, so
I was born in them lakes. I got Lake Erie pumping through my veins.
Oh, jeez.
I'd go get that.
I know, right? I've seen the beach there. Oh.
All right, moving on. This question, don't answer this question too quickly. It has a little bit of a twist. What is the funnest job you have had in the past? You cannot count your current job.
Funnest? Is that actually a word?
Funnest. Funny.
It was added to the
Most
dictionary.
funnest, you mean.
Okay.
Most fun, I guess, maybe.
Sorry, proofreader here going.
Okay, well, since you want to give me some slack, VA, you're first.
You open your damn mouth, though.
I did.
You poked the bear.
No, quite honestly, oh God,
I think back to when you were like a teenager, I mean.
Oh no, oh no.
Okay. Phone sex operator, I don't know.
No, that's somebody else we know.
That's somebody else we know.
But along
Don't
the
tell
same,
people that, guys. God.
But
she admits
along
it
the
freely.
same, she does. But along a similar vein, actually, proofreading for adult erotica publishers from 2005 until 2020.
Okay, I have like 5 questions, but we have minors
So that
in chat.
Okay, so hold on. So we had a telephone actress, and then we had somebody who decided to read, who had to read adult novels and tell them what's right and what's wrong. Loving it.
You can't do that position. That's not physically possible.
Yeah, that's not possible. No. That should actually be a
it's
called pie.
It's called. Joe took off his blazer and put it on the chair. I get it.
Okay,
put it on the chair, and then 2 paragraphs later, he then took it off and dropped it on the floor.
Oh God!
And the one I'll never forget is one of the authors I proofed for. Liked to run her first beta reader was a blind man, so he went through text to speech. Well, I will never forget that one of the main characters, with a wail, he fell to his knees, and Moby Dick appeared in the scene.
Wow. Way to catch the consistency. You got to keep the timeline correct.
I finally, when I saw that one, I was like, how come homonyms are like one of your most frequent mess ups? And she's like, because a blind man is my first read through. And I went, well, that would do it, because a whale is a whale. So, but it was fun. Ooh, seriously.
All right, we got some info from chat. Rogue Force says throwing hay. Tiffany says mermaid with a question mark. This isn't a. Were you a mermaid? If you were, why is there a question mark? I'm just a little curious. And Aurora is looking to get banned by saying working in a kitchen with my favorite person. I don't run a kitchen, I run a pantry. So if he's talking about somebody else, maybe Aurora should go to a Fortnite.
Guardians After Dark, baby.
She goes to a Fortnite
actually in the
podcast.
chart. Guardians After Dark.
That's what Peep says. Guardians After Dark. Yeah, we skirted it.
We need to do that sometime.
We need to do one.
We really do. I got stories.
We're
You got
so
stories.
off the rails.
It just can't be on my channel. That's all. It just can't be.
You put the big old disclaimer NSFW.
Okay, Aurora said sorry. You want to amend your answer, Aurora? At least I recommend people to you.
She's coming hard. She's like, I'm in your fan base. I bring people to you. She said,
I was supposed to say thank you.
Don't step to her.
Yeah, I know her mother. I'm not gonna piss her off. But this is great. We have a question that I was inspired by Aurora coming up. Actually, it's the next question. It's the next question.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. I didn't answer.
Who hasn't answered? BC? I haven't answered.
Correct.
But you can't beat VA, so. She already won this question.
Yeah.
Only VA answered.
Winning. Oh, only VA answered. We got distracted. I'd have to say, shiny. Lifeguard. It was actually my first job, but I did it for like 5 years. It was really fun.
Did
Sit
you
out
ever
in the
save a
sun.
life, or was it just the chicks in bikinis?
My very first day at work.
You saved a life
Oh,
on day one.
My very first day.
Rockstar.
Very
nice.
first day was first day pool open. My very first year. Um, you know, the pool's been closed. It's the first day of summer. Kids are coming in, whether they know how to swim or remember how to swim. And a little girl jumped off a diving board, uh, and as soon as she hit the water, you could see the OS in her eyes, and I had to
Mm.
get in. I had to get in and get her my very first day.
Nice. You saved a life. Nice.
Yep, yep.
How many years did you
How
do
to
that?
save a
5.
life.
Okay.
Dread?
I'd have to say landscaping job I had in Michigan.
Working outdoors, nice weather, making a difference,
Yeah.
everything looking good.
You ain't
I
got a
can
boss
see that.
breathing down your neck.
I can see that.
Crew leader had either one or two guys with me. Usually pretty chill. If they weren't, I'd boot them.
Gotcha. No.
Get
Nice
out of
doing it
here! You know.
good. Boom. Boom. You muted?
Gonna have to say the army.
AFK. Oh, there we go.
I was like, he's running around.
He pulled a witch.
He's too preoccupied.
I got all
My
3 of my
heart.
kids, and they are being loud, so I'm trying to keep
Okay.
myself a little muted.
We don't mind background noise, as long as it's not breathing into a mic or a fan. So kids' voices
Or
in the background are
F-bombs.
fine. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, tell your kids to watch their mouth.
But I love fudge.
What about farts?
How dare you?
I know.
Most
Just
fun
for
job
that?
ever. Most fun job ever. Boom.
The army.
Okay. What was your?
I answered. I was just muted.
Okay. What was your? What was your task to do in the army?
Designation?
Yeah.
I was a 68 Golf, which is patient administration specialist. Pretty much, I dealt with the births, the deaths, and the admitting and stuff like that in the hospital. Pretty much everything an admin would do was my job.
Did you work at VA hospitals?
No,
Or was
I
that in the
worked
field?
all while I was active. I was in
Gotcha.
Fort Irwin for a while in that hospital. I worked in Germany in that hospital for a while. Was in Chicago, Illinois on an Air Force base for a small stint. Yeah, it was definitely the funnest. Met a lot of interesting people. Did a lot of dumb things, but it was worth it, you know.
That makes a difference. Absolutely.
Cool.
Now this podcast, I mean, the people we got in the room, this is really amazing how we all came together. Boom works with hospice for the elderly.
Yes.
VA has a child with special needs. BC had an issue. I'm going to let him talk about it sometime. I'm not going to do it. And I had a child with Down syndrome that passed away. It's like there's 5 of us here, and 4 of us have some kind of thing with charity. I mean, I work for a charity too. It's just weird how we all came together.
I work in subsidized housing, so that's basically charity. So
No, you do. You work for.
You do help
You
public.
improve. You help people like not be homeless. So
yeah, exactly.
nice job.
It would suck if they didn't have a place to go.
All right. Has anyone not answered the most fun job they've had?
You.
Thank you for keeping track. Mine's kind of a tie. I was a bartender for 3 years. That was a blast. I mean, drink for free, bands. The bar I was working at held 500 people. It was really easy to get to know women.
Get to know, wink, wink.
Yeah, we'll save that story.
After dark.
There was one time I had my girlfriend there, a girl I had a date that night, and a girl I was dating the next night, all in the same place.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
I pulled it off. I gotta work. I'm sorry. You go upstairs and hang out. I gotta work. Okay, you sit in the bar, you sit down in the bar, and I'm working. I'm sorry. And,
Wow.
Well, as a bartender, you're supposed to flirt, and they can't really come up to you. You can't pay too much attention to them. So, I
But
mean, it kind of works out.
I had actual dates with them, and my girlfriend showed up from college that I didn't know she was coming into town. So that was her fault. That was so her fault.
Oh, you blame
Yeah.
her for coming
Darn
into
her
town.
for
You gotta give me
wanting
notice.
to see you.
All right. We didn't. Side chicks wasn't a thing back then. I was just straight up cheating.
Oh,
so.
it was a thing, my friend. It just was not
Well,
exactly
not in-
accepted.
Not in 1986. It wasn't.
They weren't like me, okay? You know, it
Shady's
was
a
like
player.
everybody knows about it. Exactly, I was going to say. Yep.
All right. I said it was a tie. I was a bartender for a while. I mean, I was a good bartender. I could go up to you, like VA, if you showed up at the bar, I could say, "What's your favorite candy bar?" And you tell me, I'd make a drink that tasted just like it. That's how good I was. But anyway, moving on. My other job that I really liked, I was an on-air personality at a radio station. That was a blast. It was so easy. Doing nights out. I would do. I did the spin to win shootout in the AHL hockey team arena. 6,000 people. I'd be on the ice with a microphone, bring people out. They'd spin a big wheel, and they'd get a prize or something like that. I had no problem.
Nice.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm not shy doing a podcast. I mean, I was in front of 6,000 people before. Okay, the next question, again, inspired by Aurora in chat. Aurora, are you nervous? Do you have any idea what I'm going to ask? You got 10
Dun,
seconds.
dun, dun,
You got
dun,
10
dun.
I would
seconds to
imagine
ask.
she would have an idea if.
We have 8 people in chat right now. Aurora,
Wow.
what do you think the question is
You
going to
better
be?
have
That
What
might
do
be
you
one
do?
of them, though.
Okay.
Like it.
All right. Well,
Info-looking.
she's getting a drink of water or something. Have you ever been hunting? And if not, why? BC?
No, I haven't.
Why? And Aurora says she has no idea. You don't want
Why?
you don't want to kill animals. You don't want to be in the woods. You don't want to get up early. I mean, those are 3
I'm
valid
not an early.
excuses.
I'm definitely not an early riser. That is not my thing. If I'm up that early, I haven't been to bed yet. It's the truth.
I believe you.
If I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's because I didn't go to bed.
You just got home.
Wait, 6? That's not fair.
Okay, you're not an early riser. Anything else? Any other reason? That's good.
No,
that's valid.
truthfully,
that's valid.
I'm just not an early riser. So I like shooting. I like shooting guns. I
Yeah,
like
and a
shooting
target.
bow and arrows.
At a target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
I get that.
Yeah, I like shooting guns. I like shooting bow and arrows. I know how to do both. Just I don't want to get up, and there's no real reason for me to go hunting.
You go to a grocery store, the meat's right there. You just pick it up, put it in your cart. You don't have
Although-
to stalk it and wait 3 hours in a blind. You just put it in your cart.
3
Yeah.
hours. Oh my god.
I
Well,
really,
alright,
I
8
like
hours.
venison, but I just like I have friends that go hunting, so I just,
I'm not
Give
a
me
big
some
fan
meat.
of venison,
Gooch.
but whenever venison is donated to my pantry, it flies off the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's super
hey,
good for you.
I've got 300 pounds in before. It's gone in 2 days. It just,
Yep.
bam. All right, Boom.
Been archery and rifle hunting since I think I was 12 years old. Bear, elk, turkey, pretty much anything that's legal to hunt, we've killed it.
Okay.
We do it as a family, wake up, 3 o'clock, get our stuff ready, pack ready, and then just walk until about noon.
Gotcha. Chat is saying a lot. This this is for chat, and I hit the vein. There's gold everywhere. Rogue Force says he has. Let's see, Aurora, she's a 13 or 14-year-old girl, and she's been hunting. She owes me some venison jerky. She hasn't pwned up yet. But she says hunting isn't about killing and getting the food. It's about enjoying nature.
Yeah, and providing for your family.
And Peep says I'm more of a fishing kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then Rogue says, yes, fishing is good too. Which, Peeps we had on last week, and he does deep sea fishing. and conservation and all kind of good things. So that's nice. VA?
No, I have not. I readily admit that I prefer my food to generally not look like it did as it was alive, which is ironic given I'm pagan. So, but I'm just not keen on killing it. I respect those that do, and I thank the animal for giving their life so I could partake. But yeah, that's about the extent of it. And honestly, never honestly had the opportunity when I was younger. So
All right, Dread.
I've been hunting one time, didn't kill anything. I really
Okay.
wanted to shoot. I really want to shoot a deer and eat it.
That's
But
good.
I'm honestly more of a no. I definitely have like the urge to hunt, but because oh man, I've tasted the venison and I want more. But I'm more of a grower. Like so, if you guys go out and hunt, I'll grow
Once
some
again,
plants.
that's for the After Dark show.
Like I'll grow the
Dread doesn't
veggies.
sound
You
like
guys
a
go get
stoner
the
at
meat.
all.
So I got a green thumb. Got it from my grandfather. You know, he probably got it from somebody else. I don't know.
You know, I have a friend down in Florida that she doesn't hunt, but she raises her own animals, and when it's time to eat, it's time to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. You didn't get named. You
See,
gotta
I feel
go.
like that's like hunting, but a little more controlled.
So we've done that too, but we do even with our hunted like venison, bear, all that stuff. We do all the processing, the meat, the butchering. We do all of it ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, she does that herself too.
It's
That's
worth
one thing
it.
that a skill that I would like to learn. Butchering and like field dressing. If something like that were to happen, I don't have any thought that I would not be able. Like I could catch an animal, I could kill an animal. Could I properly, skin and get the entrails and everything out so I could eat it without dying myself? That's questionable.
It's not as hard as one would think,
No.
to be honest.
No.
Just watch a YouTube video, be alright.
One
True.
thing
I
I'm
wouldn't
against,
say that, but
there are like deer farms that will like not really put them in an enclosure or tie them up, but it's really easy to get to kill.
That's King of the Hill type stuff. I remember the episode of King of the Hill with that. Like
okay.
no.
That's not hunting. I mean,
Yeah.
If you give the deer a rifle, he can shoot back. Then I'm good with it. But if you have to go into the woods and spend 8 hours stalking deer, looking at their footprints and whatever, and you earn it, that's fine. I have been hunting before. I have killed one rabbit in my life. I've never shot a deer, never went deer hunting. I killed one rabbit, and I was taught how to clean it from start to finish, and I did it. So now if the zombie apocalypse hits, I get a squirrel or a rabbit, I know how to clean it and eat it properly.
hey, squirrel stew is good.
Squirrel's not bad. I've never
Isn't
tried
it super
but
tempting?
I would,
It's a little stringy, but it's not bad.
if you're
Isn't
starving,
it super
Like
tempting?
chicken.
In the middle of
It's definitely not chicken.
winter, fall, you're going down a back road near a cornfield, and then about 15 deer come across the road and cross the field, and a couple of them just freeze, and you're just like, oh man, I could just literally shoot you right now and just put you in the back of my truck and take you home.
Okay, hillbilly, calm down.
God,
he's in
like,
Tennessee.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
VA, you're having quite the conversation in chat. Do you want to elaborate at all?
Well, just maybe there's a delay because the last thing I saw was my comment about being allergic and
That's
Tiffany.
what I see.
Okay, so yeah, so lucky me or unlucky me, depending on how you look at it. I live in the Chesapeake watershed area, and I'm allergic to seafood. Period. Most people are allergic to fish, or they're allergic to shellfish. No, lucky me, I'm allergic to everything. Like I said, anything that breathes water, I'm allergic to it, and I live in one of the, most bountiful watersheds in America. So yeah.
Best place to get some of the best seafood ever, and you've lived there your whole life and can't eat it.
Yeah, it's the running joke. I can eat it. I just have to be willing to deal with the side effects. And so the running joke is, I got no plans tonight. If I do eat it, so I don't eat it for dates. I don't eat it at business functions, which sucks because I do like some seafood.
Do you have to eat it sitting on the toilet?
It varies. Sometimes it's there, and other times I'm actually lucky and I dodge the bullet and my body doesn't hate me. But I never know, and I'm not sadistic enough to, or I guess masochistic enough to regularly,
Yeah,
Thank
BC
you.
knows that word.
Yeah,
And/or.
masochistic enough to eat it regularly to figure out what the allergy cycle is. So I just, am I making plans?
Salmon.
Nope, eat it. No,
It's always
salmon, cod. Nope. Salmon, cod, halibut, haddock. Can't eat. Those I flat out can't eat. Period at all. But if it's freshwater, shallow, shellfish, I can take a chance.
Okay.
So, but I've learned what to eat, what not to eat, and just work around it. But it really does stink living in this area.
So for Father's Day, I had a seafood boil. We had crab and crawfish and.
How do you tell when fish is bad? It smells the same both ways.
Oh no, bad fish smells even worse, man.
Yeah, you'll know.
But maybe
if
it's
it
the way it
fishy.
normally smells.
Oh, seriously? Seriously?
Okay, moving on. We're at an hour right now.
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh God.
This one's a little bit less controversial. There's no killing involved, no firearms. It's just a simple entertainment question. Favorite reality TV show? Give it a second. Give it a second. I'm gonna go with Boom first. And reality's a stretch because none of them are really. I mean, Pawn Stars has like producers and they set stuff up. I mean, even other shows like have a production meeting saying you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do that, but they claim to be reality, but most of them aren't. And the only reality show I can think of that's actual is Survivor Man. That's the only one because he's by himself filming himself. But that's not my favorite. But Boom, what do you got?
I honestly don't like any of them.
Any of them, really?
Not a fan.
If you had to watch one for $100, what would you pick?
I'll be honest, I don't even think I'd do it for money. They're so terrible.
Okay.
To me.
I respect that. Everyone has there's no wrong answers to these shady questions. Okay,
I personally think they made terrible worse. TV worse, rather. Sorry.
All right.
I've heard that one before.
Okay, well, BC wants to talk, so BC.
Okay, so
Peeps, Married with Children is not a reality show.
That's a great reality TV show.
It reflects reality. But
Roseanne and Cosby. If we're going down that route, Cosby and Roseanne. But jeez,
those aren't reality shows.
I know.
So Peeps, try again. Yeah, Boom. Oh, yeah, BC.
No, you said BC.
Yeah, BC. Okay.
So, I don't know. I guess this would be a stretch for reality TV. But on Netflix, there's a show called Chef with Jon Favreau and Roy Choi. That would probably be my favorite. I like the premise behind it. It reminds me of our podcast. So
I'm gonna defer to VA. Is that a reality show?
I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. It's the food truck one, right?
Yeah, well, that's the movie. So let me get into the story. So Jon Favreau, if you don't know who he is, he plays Happy in the Marvel movies. Iron Man's bodyguard.
Oh yeah, he's a director and Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, but if you don't know who he is, he plays Happy in the Iron Man movies.
A Star Wars reference. Bodyguard. I want a comment from Tiffany.
But so he made this movie called Chef, And Roy Choi is an actual chef that taught him how to cook for the movie. Well, when the movie was over, they were done filming and it was released, he didn't get to see Roy Choi anymore. And they became friends while Roy was teaching him how to cook. So he created a TV show just so he could hang out with them and cook more. That's our podcast. We play the game. We used to play a lot. We didn't play as much anymore. So we created a podcast so we could talk and have fun. And it's just kind of the same. It's the same situation with him in that show. He literally created a show just so he could hang out with somebody that he doesn't get to hang out with anymore. And all they do is it's kind of just like a cooking show. They go over recipes, they go to different restaurants, they cook, they eat, and they laugh and have fun and have guests. That would be probably my favorite. I love watching it. And it's on Netflix. But that's the story. They did the movie Chef, which is has a great soundtrack. Love the movie. And then he created a show because he didn't get to hang out with his friend and cook anymore.
Awesome. All right, that's good. I'll take that. VA.
It used to be Little People Big World. But that's kind of going a little too long. So I have to say my guilty pleasure, which is Hoarders, because I watch that show and then go, yep, never
What?
letting my house get to that point.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because it kind of grosses me out on one hand. On the other hand, it gives me the impetus to actually do some more house cleaning than I do.
50
Uh,
Cent words.
yeah. Y- yes, of course. Hey, I'm a proofreader, man. We use big words. But yeah, I would say probably that. It used to be Little People, Big World until about 3 seasons ago. I was kind of like, okay, we're rehashing things, and it's now getting to be really, really soap opera-y. I don't like reality shows that become soap operas, basically, more so than the initial premise. That's my thing. Orders and Little People.
Okay. Dread.
I'm with Boom. I don't really like them. But I used to watch like I don't know, Kitchen Nightmares and stuff like that. Or I actually did used to watch Biggest Loser, but I don't know why. I don't really like reality TV shows because I'm always looking at it like this isn't real. This is product placement. This is an ad. I'm watching an ad. You know?
I can't
Yeah, some of them
disagree.
have gotten that way. Yep.
Yeah, that's every time I see it, it's oh wow, this is a Coca-Cola ad, or
It's the Cuisinart
so
ad and
uh,
the kitchens.
I just don't like it.
I'm a big fan of Pawn Stars, but
I do like Pawn Stars.
33% of it is staged. They don't work in their
Mm.
shop anymore. This is like season 25 or something. They hang out in back, and when someone comes in with somebody interested, when product that's interesting, they show up. It's not like they're
Yep.
dusting and no,
Yep.
they're stars, and they come out when it's the film crew's there.
Mm.
And it's
You're
like
right.
everyone tells. I've seen several instances where it was just totally 100% staged. Somebody brought in something that a friend of theirs had. It's like, really?
So they stepped back out and they came in. Oh, this is really
And
good.
then all the
Like you
drama.
already knew that 15
They
minutes ago.
Oh, chum, don't touch that. And then he's a ninja. No, that's in the script. It's staged.
Damn
Pawn,
chum, you're always messing up everything.
Pawn Stars would be good if they just played it straight. Somebody comes in with an item, they buy it, then they sell it. How much did they get for it? That's it's just like Antique Roadshow, but a little bit softer.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch that. I would so watch that, but it's very staged. But my favorite reality show, quote unquote, I don't think there's a lot of. I mean, there's some drama in it that's maybe staged, but I love Survivor. I've watched all 40
Okay.
seasons of Survivor. I the who votes who out. I really don't care about, but all the
Yeah.
interactions and the challenges are pretty cool. But if I mean, you guys haven't noticed, I don't know, the ones that have said anything, but toward the end of our podcast, I say the clan has spoken. That came right from Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I recognize where you lifted that from.
So yeah, that was an homage to my favorite reality show. Has everyone answered that question?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think so.
Chat's
That's an
we got
homage
7
to
people in
the
chat,
Kool-Aid
and they're
Man.
not really talking about their favorite reality show.
That's because everybody hates reality TV.
Well, Peep says Married with Children.
They still watch it.
That's kind
I'm
of
not
fun.
saying people don't watch it. They still hate it, even if you watch it.
Reality TV is like everyone's guilty pleasure.
It's their McDonald's. It is their McDonald's.
I've been actually
they go
caught
to McDonald's,
up in...
they eat McDonald's, but they never admit they ever gone to McDonald's. McDonald's, what is this thing you speak of? I have no idea.
My girlfriend will be watching Keeping Up with Kardashians, and I'll be like, oh my god. What is... Oh my god, Rob, what is he doing? Come on, Rob. Or like, dang, Bruce, come on. You know?
None of these names you said I know, and it scares me.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god,
No, you should
Chloe
be- you
is
should-
so...
I
get
don't
a
know
medal.
whether to try to baptize you or drown you.
You should get Boom, you should get a trophy for not knowing what we're talking about.
It's
Good
not my
job.
fault. My girlfriend
You're living
it
your
in
life
front of me.
right by not knowing any of this. Okay, this last question, because we're hour 10 in. This is kind of rapid fire. If you have an explanation that you really, really want to say, or this could be a one-word kind of thing.
Pizza.
Last shady
Have
question.
you met us?
What? I didn't hear the question.
I haven't given it yet.
Oh, okay.
My answer's pizza.
The question is, fries or onion rings? BC?
Pizza.
Onion rings.
Fries.
VA?
Depends on the place.
God, you can't just
Seriously.
take a side.
Hell, you're right,
Literally.
because
The
some
best fries
places,
ever.
some places have good fries, and some places have awesome onion
All right,
rings.
this is the situation. You have the best fries ever, the best onion rings ever. Which one are you going to pick?
Onion rings.
Well, in that-
Hands down.
In that case, I'm gonna have to go with fries.
All right, Dredd. You say onion rings?
Well, it depends on also the portion size, because I've ordered
equal.
onion rings.
They're equal.
Okay, well,
There's many as
Okay.
you want.
so what am I going to get? You might get 25 fries. You're not going to get 25 onion rings.
You're gonna get like 6 onion rings.
Yeah, sometimes you even get like 4, and it's like, oh man, I should have got fries because now I'm still hungry. Can I get fries and onion rings?
Nope. You got to pick.
Just mix them together.
Alright. Well, I'll probably just go with the fries.
All right. I'm going fries as well. I'm not a big fan of onion rings. Next question. Fist bump or high five? VA?
High five. I'm old.
Dredd?
How about a low 5?
BC?
It's COVID. Elbows, baby. Elbows.
Oh,
Good,
Fist
good,
bump
good,
or
good.
high five? In a world where there's no COVID.
Fist bump.
Boom?
I guess fist bump because I'm an adult, so I'd prefer to shake a hand, but that's the closest I'm gonna get.
I'm going with fist bump as well. Sweet snack or salty snack?
Ooh.
It depends.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
a hard one. I'm
On the
gonna.
mood.
In general.
yeah, depends on the mood, but yeah,
Uh,
usually sweet.
Usually sweet. I mean, usually salty, but sometimes I like a sweet.
That's okay, but majority. 60% of the time you choose...
Salty.
BC?
Salty.
Boom?
Cheap.
So salty, I guess. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going salty. VA, what did you say?
Sweet.
Okay. So it's 3-2 salty.
So sweet sucks. Salty
no,
rules.
No, I like sweet sometimes, but I prefer salty most of the time. Yeah, all right.
As I'm eating a ding dong right now.
Wow, a ding dog eating the ding dog.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I want salty. Let me cram this cake in my mouth. Ugh.
I love
You know
salty.
what? Don't judge me.
I will wait for everyone to calm down.
What's the
Boom
salty
is
version
eating,
of a
Boom
pixie
is
stick?
eating a ding dong. My question
Yes, I
is,
am.
what's his name?
Now, how many people in the chat have no idea what a ding dong is?
Don't do that to me.
The
That's not
food.
nice. If you don't know
can
what a
do
ding
that.
dong is, I don't. You've been under a rock.
Or you're significantly younger than most of the people I suspect in this podcast.
I mean, but they still sell ding dongs in like every supermarket.
Do you know what a
I
zinger
guarantee
is?
you, if I asked my 19-year-old what a ding dong was, I'm not sure that he would know.
That hurts me.
Because
What about a ho ho?
hurts you. He knows
That
a ho-ho,
hurts.
but that's only because
That cuts me
I eat
deep.
ho-hos.
What about a Twinkie?
Oh yeah, that's
Everyone knows what a
Grandma loves
Twinkie is.
Twinkies.
A genie
Cosmic
Twinkie.
brownie.
I know
We
what
got a lot
cosmic
of
brownie is.
snacks. Yeah.
Get
Good.
them good old iced
Little
honey
Debbie's,
buns.
baby.
Oh yeah, honey bun.
That freckly pigtailed girl, right?
Little
She
Debbie.
knows how to make.
She my
She knows
babe.
how to make a snack. I'll tell you. She
See
might
what
be
you
a snack.
started, Shady.
She
I
knows
love
how
her.
to make a snack.
I
too.
love how a rapid-fire question turns into a 5-minute conversation. All you
Sorry.
have to do is
Do
say
you
sweet
know
or
us?
salty. It should be a 20-second question, but it's 5 minutes down the road. I'm afraid to ask the next. This is the last one. This is the last part of Shady. I told you they were extra shady this week.
The lost question.
The last question.
Oh, that'd be cool if it was lost.
He found it. It's
All
fine.
right, here we
It
go.
was the 15th wish. What did the 15th wish give us? Shady's question. Sorry.
What is the meaning of life? Is it 46? What's the answer to the
Shout out
ultimate
to
question?
Shady's face in the camera.
All you guys have to do is shut up, and I'll get the last question, and we can end this train wreck. But
Okay.
you don't
Peep
you don't
said
wanna,
moon pie.
You don't want to see?
Oh.
All right, last and/or RoboCop or Terminator. BC.
Ooh.
All right, Dread. This
This
should be a knee-jerk reaction. You should know instantly what this answer is. RoboCop or Terminator. Let's go. Come on.
like. Would I rather
No,
or fuck one, marry one?
No.
Well, there's the F-bomb for the
God
night.
damn. Second week in a row, Dread.
Damn is a
It's late
bad
enough.
boy.
I wonder
I
what
edit
Peeps
out
is
every
doing.
time.
I wonder if Peeps can do lore.
Oh, goodness.
It's at the end of the
And
podcast.
y'all worried about me every week.
No, I'm never worried about you. You've been fine.
F1,
Road
marry one,
says
Terminator.
What character is cooler, RoboCop or Terminator?
Probably Terminator.
Okay,
RoboCop's a
say
dweeb.
Terminator, and we'll move on. BC,
RoboCop's
BC,
a dweeb.
BC, you got an answer? BC, you got an answer?
Okay, yeah, sure. Terminator.
All right, Rogue Force says Terminator. VA?
Terminator.
Okay. That's 3. Who are we missing?
Me.
Boom.
Just because I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm going to say
You
RoboCop.
can go RoboCop.
Which version?
The newest one.
The best one.
Actually, no, the
Oh,
oldest
what?
one. The
The
cheap,
new one, come
plastic-looking... the guy who...
So you
the
gotta
$6
do
million
Frank Weller,
man,
man.
but they used $100.
Alright, my answer is Terminator. The Terminator series is one of my top 5 movie franchises, so yeah. Okay, we're moving on to stats. Last week we had 9 likes on our podcast. That is double the previous record. So, yeah, let's go for 10 this week. We had 4 comments. The one comment that wasn't from somebody that's a host or a guest is from Rogue Force, who said, "Great show." Thank you, Rogue Force.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. So we're doing. I expanded to when I first started this podcast. I had 20 subscribers. Now I got 40. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Where can we find everyone? I'm gonna go with VA.
You can find me on, excuse me, you can find me on YouTube and PlayStation and Twitch. So my Twitch and my PlayStation are VA_Witch. My YouTube and Twitter are VA Witch.
Outstanding.
Without the spacing.
Yep, sure. That really matters, everyone.
It
does.
It really does matter.
does.
You go to a totally different level. You get like duck porn if you like don't do an underslash. It's really weird. BC?
Duck porn?
What?
You do.
Hold on. Duck porn? Okay. You can find me on D2 and PlayStation. Or if you want to get in contact with me or leave messages for the podcast, it's at 4Gs and a guest. That's 4Gs ANDAGUEST at gmail.com.
Very good. Dread?
You can find me in the club, Bottle Full of Bub, and you can also find me on YouTube, Dim Dread. You know how to spell it already, I already told you. And also, I wanted to give a shout out to my girlfriend because we have been friends on Snapchat for 2 years today.
It's been 2 years? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We've been friends on Snapchat for 2 years, so we haven't been dating for 2 years yet.
What's Snapchat?
You can also add me on Snapchat if you want at Boozer Twang.
What?
Boozer,
I'm gonna add
as
you.
in BOOZER, and then Twang. You know how to spell that? TWAG.
That's
Twang.
twag.
Wait,
Twang
what?
is-
Twang.
Wait, what was
Do
it, man?
you know how to spell it?
TWANG. Twang.
NG.
Boozer Twang. Figure out how to
You
spell
sure
it.
you don't
if
need
can't
me to
figure it
proofread
out.
your posts?
I'm a little drunk, so
A little?
not much. I only had a couple.
That's too funny.
But Boozer Twang. Add me on
Alright.
Snapchat. You can snap me and chat me.
Peeps are saying you can find him in the club, which sounds like he's ripping you off.
No, you can't find him in the club because you'd be too busy looking at me.
Ooh.
Unless he's in my section,
Might be.
you know?
In your
Might
section
be.
as you work there?
No, like in my section, like where I'm passing my bottles around and popping that, stuffs.
Has everyone answered where can we find you besides me?
Yes, sure.
Okay. My name is ShadyVale35. You can find me on YouTube, ShadyVale35. No spaces in the letters and numbers. That makes a big difference. Okay. Shout out to Survivor. The clan has spoken. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, BC. Thank you, VA. Thank you, Dread, for filling in for Selena. And thank you, Boom, for being our guest for the 3rd time. I'm guessing the 4th time's not too far away.
I'm always around if you need me.
We always need you. Our guest next week is going to be JR, and then the following month we got Mouth, Quad, VG, and MVS all lined up, and I got about 8 more that want to come on. So, everyone that's listening to this, check us out next week at the same time, same outlet. We appreciate it. And this is my favorite part of the podcast. It's not because it's the end. It's because BC does such a good job. BC, take us out.
Slap that like bucket like Mama told you right.
Like bucket.
You want to try?
Shush.
You want to try again?
I almost made it.
Hey, I'll edit that one out. Re-go.
Try again.
I'll edit
Try
it
again.
out.
I'll give you a mulligan.
Ready, go.
Slap that like button like your mama taught you right.
There we go.